Dear Mr. Trump, congratulations and greetings from South Africa. You might vaguely remember us. I think we are one of the countries that fell into your shithole countries designation. And not without some justification. I mean, we've had democracy for 30 years and we thoroughly messed it up. I mean, we trampled on the notion and the principles of democracy. But like you, we are making a comeback. I assume that when you talk of shithole countries, you're referring to countries where bullies, thoroughly discredited, disgraced politicians still dominate the political landscape. Of course, you would know, I mean, we bow to your superior knowledge and experience in matters of lavatorial countries. I think you're talking about the sort of rotters who would try to subvert the democratic process if they lost an election. Of course, that would never happen in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Nevertheless, Mr. Trump, here's the main reason that I'm addressing you today. I think that your proud boast is that any American child can become president. And you've just proved that. Even a spoilt, petulant brat who whines on about everything and heedlessly destroys everything in sight can mount that lofty peak. I believe that you have talents and qualities that your detractors just don't see. Fortunately, the wise patriots do see it very clearly. You deal with problems very decisively. I mean, here's a random example just plucked from my imagination. Let's say that an unwise, torrid affair with, say, a famous movie star was threatening to derail your career. You would know exactly what to do to make the problem go away. Of course, that wouldn't happen to you. You wouldn't find yourself in that position, being the ethical man that you are. Another great quality, you really are a friend to the friendless. The world sees Kim Jong-un and sees Kim Jong-un as a rocket-loving, cruel despot of the worst kind. It sees Vladimir as a cold, ruthless, power-hungry megalomaniac. You alone see the hidden, sterling qualities buried deep within, like hidden treasure. Vladimir invades countries like an overgrown bully, while also bullying his own people into scared submission. Kim starves his people, keeping them in fearful servitude while he plays with rockets. But we all make mistakes. And you are mature and perceptive enough to understand that. And you are wise enough to see that within each of these gentlemen resides a kind, caring person just struggling to get out. All they need is love. And who better to supply it than you? Truly a man of compassion. I'm sure that you've already forgiven all your foes and your tormentors at home. I know that you'd never stoop so low as to use your position to get back at them. There was that thing with Zelensky and the quid pro quo suggestion that you made to him in return for certain favors. But that's the past. And as I said, we all make mistakes. Some are just bigger than others. Clearly, you are not a man who bears grudges. I'm sure you've moved on from the time when you were on a leadership telecast and your leadership advice was that leaders should pursue the people who wrong them until they get satisfaction. But you've grown out of that. You're a president now. You've grown up. And you're not just president of some shithole country, but the leader of the free, enlightened, civilized, democratic world. I'm confident that you can be relied on to do the right thing. Your record speaks for itself. Now, I did read of at least 24 top allies, sort of A team allies, who made startling, damning statements about your character, your competence, your behavior. What the heck do they know? They only worked closely with you for a couple of years, I would think. There's no way they would know better than the great American voting public. And that public sees you as Super Trump, whizzing in and out of phone booths, flying off to save the world and America, uh, take on America's problems, take down traitors, lefties, communists, and whack jobs. You said that you would restore America to her former glory and the world. I know that you'll have your hands full next week, deporting truck and busloads of illegal immigrants, putting a stop to inflation, lowering the prices of groceries, lowering taxes, stopping wars, dealing with traitors within, healing the sick. Oh, sorry, I got a bit carried away. But who wouldn't after 30 minutes of your brilliant rhetoric delivered in those dulcet tones? At any rate, would you be able to fit our country in the week after? Because we could do with some return to former glory, or any glory for that matter. Well, sir, not only have you made a remarkable comeback, but you've also given new hope to a group of people long shunned and forgotten, convicted felons. Yes, they can. So, our national anthem starts with Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika, which means God save Africa. And I say to you, Nkosi Sikelel' America, God save America. With your help, of course. Thank you, sir. For more very straightforward comment, mostly on things South African, but occasionally straying across the border to our friends, cousins, brothers, and neighbors across the seas, read my blog, The Scuffle Continues. My books are on Amazon Kindle. Richard J. Mann. Have an absolutely splendid day. Cheers.